Here's the deal. We've proven it time and time again, but this is the place to come to when you want to get just the honesty of people.
Yeah.
And at the same time, a safe place to come, because we're not in the destruction of people business here.
True that.
No, sir.
We are just not in the tear a person down business. So in honor of that, joining us right now is award-winning singer. She the baby girl of the Braxton bunch. She's starring with her sisters on a reality show called The Braxton Family Values, and on her own show with her husband, Vince. But this is what she's here to talk about today. It's been all over the headlines about her recent departure from the talk show The Real, and there are all sorts of rumors flying. Well, now she's going to be giving her side of the story today. We're sitting here right now, ladies and gentlemen, talking to the one and only, the talented and the beautiful Tamar Braxton.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Tamar, what's going on, girl?
Hi.
How you feeling?
I feel amazing, actually.
Actually, you do.
I do. You know?
look amazing.
Why,
you
thank
really
you.
do. Very
Yeah.
beautiful today.
Yeah, I'm here for the morning ministry, but I didn't look amazing a week ago.
Oh.
No.
Well, let's get into a couple of pieces of this, because tonight, first of all, everybody, tonight, a very, very special, all new episode of the Braxton Family Values. She breaks her silence tonight on her show, and she does it in a very, very interesting way. And everybody, listen, you got to tune in tonight so you can see it. We're going to talk about it on the radio in a bit, but you've got to see the initial genuine reaction when she broke the news. What can you tell us, without giving it away,
Right.
about tonight's episode?
Well, to be honest about it, it's pretty much 2 hours after it all happened.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was actually on my way to shoot a scene for the Braxtons. And that's when, I got the news from Vince, and the cameras just so happened to be there, and you get a really, clear, candid picture of, my sisters being there for me, and me pretty much, having to be open and honest about my feelings, which is kind of hard for me because, I don't really like when people see me break down. And I did, because, I had nothing, to really hold on to, besides, my family and my sisters, and they really show up for me.
Wow. Now that's going to be different, because this is reality for real.
Yeah.
Because tonight's episode is going to be different about what we're going to talk about in a minute, because we're talking about what I didn't know until just now. This was 2 hours after you found out the news. So this is fresh.
Very fresh.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sitting on my bed, beat face. I mean, hair snatched. And everybody's like, well, when they saw the clip, they were like, okay, well, why is she so snatched? Did she get all made up for this? No. It really happened on a Saturday afternoon, which is like, unheard of. But, it's really real. And I do believe that, it was God's divine intervention, that, this is something that needs to be seen, not to see Tamar crying and upset, but, just to understand that I'm human as well.
Right.
You see me on TV, you hear me on the radio, whatever, or, singing or whatever. But, at the end of the day, I'm just like everybody else when you hear something that's devastating and something that's very close to you.
Do you think, Tamar, tonight, when people see this, do you think that they'll get a little, maybe clearer view of what life actually is really like for a celebrity, that it's not all red carpets and Instagram photos?
Absolutely. I mean, everyone, I think, at some point in their life feels like the rug is being pulled from under you, but no one is actually there to see it. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I don't really look at myself as a celebrity. I know that sounds crazy, but I know, but I'm just being myself.
You are.
And it's been just being documented. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, this is not a person that I'm being. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's like, I mean, you really get a chance to see, you know, Tamar in human form and understand that I don't think that I am above or beyond anybody else. I'm just like everybody else. You know, I'm a regular person, a regular woman, and I have feelings. And, you know, at the end of the day, I got my heart broken. I mean, it just wasn't by a man. You know, I got my heart broke, and that's really basically what happened.
You just made an interesting comment. That you don't consider yourself a celebrity.
I don't.
That's a very, very open statement, because there are a few celebrities who actually feel that same way, that they don't view themselves as celebrities. It's not often, but that is the case. This is going to be good, folks. When we come back, listen to this. Now, tonight on the show, everybody has got to tune in tonight to Braxton Family Values.
Absolutely.
It's tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central on WeTV. And you're going to get a view that we can't give you on the radio. How this woman actually got the news and found out about it and was presented it to her and went into her sisters with it 2 hours after it happened. Now, what you're going to get today is, when we come back, we are going to get into the nuts and bolts of this conversation about what really happened. How she got the news, how she handled it, what it was like for her, and a couple other questions. And so now this is the Steve Harvey Tamar interview.
Yes. You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
I know you didn't go away. I know you're right here.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to hear this.
This is like the interview of interviews. For
Yes, it is.
We're sitting here with the fabulous Tamar Braxton from the hit singing group, and then it turned into a TV show, Braxton Family Values. But she broke out. She's been showing her star power on her own for a little while now, and really, really quite a pleasant person. So here we are. This is the part of it. So Tamar, let me ask you this question. Where were you when you got the call?
Well, I actually didn't get a call, to be honest. Vince made a call because he wanted to, this is so random. He was calling them to talk about Glam for Essence Festival.
Okay.
Really?
Really. And literally this is verbatim what he told me. She was like, "Oh, I've been meaning to call you."
Oh.
No, really.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then went into, well, we're not going to have her back, for the panel, whatever. And I was actually in my glam room, and then when I came downstairs, I saw this look on Vince's face. He just looked like distraught and confused. And I thought something happened, to somebody in my family. Like, what's wrong? What's going on? And he was just like, "I think you got fired. I think." I'm like, "What you talking about?"
Right.
Fired from what?
Fired from what?
No, really. He was like, the real. And really, honestly, my heart sunk into my shoes, really.
Oh.
Like, I pretty much fell over, to be honest.
Because you were happy there. I
was excited. I loved going to work. I'm just like everybody else. I love driving myself to work. I would work out in the morning, go straight to the set and be there to shoot 2 or 3 shows and, come home and, shoot a scene or 2 for the Braxtons or Tamar events or record a record and, go to bed at 11 and wake up at 5.
Yeah.
Tamar, had there been any controversy leading up to this that would make you think even for a moment that something was wrong?
God, no. When you love your job, it's no issues. You know what I mean? You're not complaining about much. you're not, fighting with anybody. Me and the girls got along, so I thought. And, we've been on hiatus for about 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And so for this to come out of the blue is just astonishing, to be honest.
So let me ask you this. You just said something there. You said, you and the girls got along, so you thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, has anyone given you or Vince a reason for the firing?
No, to be honest.
What?
I wish I knew. I wish I could sit here and tell you that, it was negotiation issues.
Yeah.
No, because I wasn't negotiating.
Yeah, you wanted more money. They
No,
wanted
that
nothing
wasn't
like
the
that.
case.
You didn't get along with the panel.
I wish I could tell you that. It was a headache on set.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't, I really honestly don't know. And I feel like that is what is bothering me to this day. Because, sometimes, when you don't see yourself or see what's wrong, you can't fix it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And so if somebody just tell you, we just don't like you. So is it a personality thing? Is
Right.
it just me? How do you fix yourself?
Yeah.
Right.
That's the thing. Because, in life, I feel like you have to evolve. And how do I evolve from this?
Yeah. I think the average person who hears this getting fired, folks who have jobs, they can't wrap their mind around it that there isn't a reason given. In television, they don't have to give you a reason.
Right.
They can say something as simple as, we're moving in a new direction. Or they just don't have to say anything. Television is a very unsafe business. It's like playing pro football. If you're not on the team, you're not getting paid. Here's a situation. So for all of you out there that's saying, well, how you get fired? It ain't no reason. They really don't give you a reason. And, Hollywood is filled with a lot of coward upper level people who just sit in a room and make a decision.
Okay, Tamar.
I'm telling you real. I'm telling you real.
You hear the nerve?
Nobody is going to come out to be the heavy. They just, they make a decision. They go, yes, well, that's right. Well, who's going to tell it? And then the one person that Vince calls and talk to, oh, I meant to call you.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
And that's it. Hang up and click. Ain't no getting them back on the phone. So you all may have reached out to get a reason and haven't been given one.
I know I didn't reach out. I'm pretty sure Vince did.
Yeah.
Because he's one of the producers.
Yes, he was. And this is a Saturday, so my agent didn't know, my lawyer didn't know. And so I'm pretty sure they reached out by now, but nothing has come back to me, And I just want to say, getting fired or, being let go from a situation does not mean that, you shouldn't value your worth, because I do. No, I don't see myself as a celebrity, but do I see myself as a superstar? I do. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I just feel like I'm just not going to allow anybody to dim my star or dim the way that I see me, because it took me a long time to, see myself as, see myself or take myself for who I am. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
And so, I can't let this one situation, make me lose my self-esteem or not see myself as being who I am and the direction that I want to go in my life. This is not a setback. This is a setup. And so I feel like if you don't look at things like this as a blessing, it won't be a blessing.
That's right.
So I definitely feel like it is. And I feel like from here, it's onward and upward. And I have to keep telling myself, and I want to tell the listeners that you have to keep telling yourself. You have to speak positivity over your life. And when things like this happen, you have to speak positivity over your life even more. Or, you'll find yourself in a depression or you keep looking at yourself or try to make things, wrong. And it's nothing that you have done. And I don't feel like there's anything that I have done or I would go back and do over again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I just have to tell everybody that, I just don't feel like I'm the same person that has been through things like this in life. And in this situation, you have to be positive and you have to move forward, push yourself and move forward.
Well, you certainly exemplify that this morning. I mean, you came in looking like the superstar that you are.
Right, thanks.
Fabulous. You have a beautiful smile on your face.
Thanks.
And I can tell you are looking forward to the future.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I don't feel like my future is not bright. I feel like it's brighter than ever. You know, sometimes, and, you know, I was telling my sisters this, that, you know, we all have that feeling inside of us when it's time to, you know, leap and jump. And when you don't, God will
he'll
push
do it for
you over the edge.
Yes, he will.
He'll do it for you. Yes, he will.
He will do it for you. And, you know, sometimes it's unexpected. And when it's unexpected, that's when you're hurting. You know what I mean? And I don't see that as anything negative. I see it as everything positive. And I just feel like God is moving in my life more than ever. You know, because now I have to really depend and trust him.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
You know,
Speaking of
Tamar,
that, Steve.
most
Wait a minute,
people
Steve.
don't understand that you cannot be defined by your defeats.
Absolutely.
You just can't. And to hear you talk like this, that it was a positive thing, that it happened, it was good for you, that sometimes, you know, God needs your attention. So instead of you jumping off the cliff, you get pushed off the cliff. It's the same thing. You're in the air.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Trust and believe. You didn't want to be in the air, but usually you don't want to go off the cliff. No one really wants to. But in this attitude that you have is where your greatness lies. And I think that you coming on the radio and being honest about it. Now, the beauty of what you're doing, though, is you ain't coming on here blaming nobody. You ain't coming on here angry.
No.
The old mad sister, neck snapping, I'm going to show you. They gonna see. They're gonna see. You know how many people are sitting in that executive office who, let me tell y'all how TV works. This ain't Tamar talking. Let me tell you how TV works. This gonna cost somebody their job. This is going to cost someone their job.
You all right,
because
Tamar?
let me show you how this works, man. Hollywood operates off embarrassment. She gonna land on her feet. And when she land on her feet and when she go become bigger and better, our eyes gonna turn on who thought it was a good idea to get rid of her in the first place. It happens in Hollywood every day.
Yeah.
Someone will lose their job behind this. I'm telling you this how this works.
It's so wonderful that you had your sisters, your family, for your support too.
Oh, for sure. My husband as well. I mean, I can't count him out, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like just as devastated as I was, he was more devastated. And, you know, he has my back. He's just the greatest ever.
Am I the only one? Don't nobody want to whoop nobody ass?
I was waiting on that time. I've been waiting here the
my
whole
Tamar
time.
My
I'm the only one
definitely want to fight.
Wait, the line with me, Tom, and Vince run down there.
Tamar, sit with us.
Yeah.
Sit with us a little bit this morning.
For sure.
We're enjoying talking to her. We got Tamar Braxton, everybody. Stay
kick
with
it
us.
with us.
We may have another great guest coming up just shortly, but Tamar, stick around a little bit, girl. We'll talk a little shop with you right
All
now.
right now.
And we love your smile. You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.